And when you're watching porn, you're taking away the confidence that you're supposed to be having. You're taking away your God-given essence. You're taking away your purpose. You don't have a purpose. It's impossible to be in your purpose if you're being a slave to your lust at the same time. You cannot do both. You cannot serve two masters. If you're trying to chase a godly lifestyle, you cannot find comfort in doing things that the devil would have you have pleasure in, you know? And you know what these things are. You don't need somebody to tell you. You know what they are. But what you might need is someone to motivate you, if it's someone to push it on your brain so you can understand how serious that this actually is. Say, man, Monday morning, early up, you know what I mean? Just finished my run, 21 minutes, 29 seconds, bro. You have to replace your porn addiction with another addiction, preferably a healthier addiction. You feel me? You have to replace it. You have to replace it with something that's healthy. And the reason why you're falling short in your journey is because you don't have positive hobbies. You know, you're trying to stop watching porn. You're trying to cut yourself back from having sex and lust and going to the club, but you're not filling yourself back in with nothing that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? You have to replace your hobbies. The things that are on your heart that you haven't done yet because you're procrastinating, because you're stuck within your lust, those are the things that you're naturally going to do once you stop watching porn. And I'm talking about porn specifically because we do not realize how much time we're wasting. We don't realize how many people we're letting down. We don't realize how much we're hurting our own soul because we're so stuck to the regimen of pleasure and shame. The shame that you feel afterwards. The shame that you know you're going to feel afterwards, but you do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's hard because I've been there. I'm talking from personal experience. You know, I care so much about trying to help people, trying to help men, trying to help women get away from the porn, because I'm telling you, like, you're gonna get closer to God naturally. Once you remove one thing, you're gonna realize, well, what else am I gonna do in my day? Imagine your life if when you don't watch porn, you don't think about pictures, you don't think about videos, you don't think about news, and you don't even have the shame that you would feel afterwards. Imagine what your life would be like. You'd probably have a calm night. You might actually watch that movie that you've been wanting to watch all the way through. A lot of y'all be trying to watch movies and you get turned on by the devil or something, and then like you go and watch porn, never finish the movie, and now you ain't learned nothing. You didn't experience nothing. You know, I be having long nights these days, just attempting just to watch shows that I want to watch. You know, I be falling asleep. You know, but I wasn't doing all that when I was watching porn. I would just be watching porn until I just went to bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watch porn, masturbate, clean yourself up, feel shame, look at yourself in the mirror, and then just hope you didn't do it again the next day, just to do it again the next day. I was doing that for years. And it's better to have sex than to watch porn, but you're still gonna be a slave to your lust because life is bigger than sex. A lot of y'all can't even fathom your life without sex, without being in the care of a woman, and for you women, without being in the care of a man. A lot of y'all's life literally rules around how the opposite sex or gender thinks of you. Y'all be doing this for women, and I get it. Women are one of the biggest motivators for men, other than God. You know what I'm saying? On this earth though, especially in this modern day Babylon, matter of fact, I'll just say on this earth, you know, women are one of the biggest reasons that men do what they do. The reason why you want to get that cut, the reason why you want to throw the double earrings in, the reason why you want to do all these things is so you can feel good about the way you look. But if that didn't equate to women, would you still do it? If you was the only person on earth, would you even have a nose ring? You know what I'm saying? If you was the only person on earth, would you get lineups every week? You got to think of it like that. So at the end of the day, if it was no women on earth, and they all left tomorrow, and the men just had to like thug it out, no more sex until we died, right? Would you even care about getting a haircut? Would you even care about smelling good? So at the end of the day, maybe it is because, at the end of the day, it is because of women. Maybe that's why we do the things we do. But if you're watching porn, you can't even become the ultimate version that's gonna attract the women that you want. You know, women are always gonna have the luxury of getting whatever type of man, even if he's just want to use her for sex. They have that leverage, but men, we don't have that leverage. Most men walk around, don't even know if they're handsome. And when you're watching porn, you're taking away the confidence that you're supposed to be having. You're taking away your God-given essence. You're taking away your purpose. You don't have a purpose. It's impossible to be in your purpose if you're being a slave to your lust at the same time. You cannot do both. You cannot serve two masters. If you're trying to chase a godly lifestyle, you cannot find comfort in doing things that the devil would have you have pleasure in, you know? And you know what these things are. You don't need somebody to tell you. You know what they are. But what you might need is someone to motivate you, if it's someone to push it on your brain so you can understand how serious that this actually is. You're gonna need that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, when you start to think your mind and shift your mind about that, you're gonna work your way out of it, but you have to replace it with a healthier hobby. You know, I wasn't running when I was watching porn, when I was smoking weed. I wasn't even thinking about it, but when I stopped watching porn, I stopped smoking weed, I started to like really self-correct and start analyzing myself deeper. I started to take on new hobbies. Now I'm running, you know what I'm saying? And it's amazing how I'm at this point. I never thought I'd be the guy with the runner's bag and the lights, but here I am, you know what I'm saying? And this is a part of who I'm growing to be for now, you know? I may not be running for the rest of my life. I may just stop feeling the need to start doing cardio. I may just be a jogger. I may just start walking, you know? I may grow older and just be a walker in the neighborhood and reflect upon the times that I pushed myself so hard in my late 20s when I was running, you know? But that's a healthy habit that I replaced porn with, even though that wasn't the goal. It just came about. You know, I'm way more productive now. I get better sleep. I prioritize the things that I need. I eat healthier. I'm a whole different person now. I cut out the porn, I cut out the weed, and I'm a whole different person now. And it's literally amazing that I can look at life and that's my truth. A lot of people be faking. And the reason why you're not making it real is because you're being a slave to your lust. Even if it's shopping, because I'm guilty of that. Shopping, porn, sex, weed, drugs, alcohol, clubbing, movies, you know, cutting yourself, suicide. It could be anything, but you're a slave to your lust. You'll never be who God needs you to be. Trust that. You know what I'm saying? You need to rush the process of escaping your lust. You need to do this now, today. If you feel like you've been doing this your whole life and you feel like you've been convicted but you didn't know why, it's because you're not supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? When you eat a salad, when you know good and well you want to go to, you know, Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, you're gonna eat that salad and you're gonna feel like, dang, like I still want that quarter pounder. But the next day, when you look back and you realize what you did, how strong it was for you to go eat that salad instead of that quarter pounder, you're gonna be glad you did it. You're not gonna feel that shame. But when you watch porn and you're done, you go in the mirror and look at yourself, be like, what did I do? That's shame, because you're not supposed to be doing it. You're supposed to be eating salads. You're not supposed to be eating quarter pounders. You're not supposed to be watching porn. You're not supposed to be doing these things that is destroying your body. You know what I'm saying? Self-destruction is not gonna help you become great. And we know these things, but maybe you need somebody to tell you. Maybe you need somebody to tell you again. It's just not the way. You know what I'm saying? You have to replace your bad habits with good habits. You have to replace your bad habits with good habits. Do not let porn be your downfall, because there's people who need you. There's people who aren't even born yet. And 10 years from now, that little 10-year-old, he might be on YouTube, she might be on YouTube, and she might look at this video and be like, dang, I don't know who that sweaty brother is talking shit at 6 o'clock in the morning, but he right. You know what I'm saying? He right. In their little 10-year-old mind, they may understand that I'm right. Maybe they're having porn thoughts. Maybe the world's gonna be 80 times more sexualized by then, and they're gonna get grabbed by the spirit of lust by 8, by 7, by 9, like some of y'all were. Right? And they come across this video, maybe they start their journey early. Maybe I'll never meet them, but maybe I'll help them. If I didn't stop watching porn and got on my purpose, I would have never made this video. Not like this, at least. So it all starts with you. You never know who's going to be motivated by you doing what you do, but you have to do that. It's up to you, because you have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? And when you start to think like that, you're going to start self-correcting yourself, and you're going to start to do the things that you need to do. You're gonna start to do the things that you need to do. You're not gonna waste time with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to hit these jump ropes and these calf raises, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, when you start to self-correct and you start to look back on the lust that you used to suffer with, you're gonna feel so great that you grew past those things, I'm telling you. Because there's nothing like it. It's really nothing like it. And if you come across this video, shalom, all praise to the Most High. God bless the daughters of Sarah. God bless the sons of Abraham, you feel me? I'm telling you, the life that you want to live is on the other side of the work and the discipline that you're not putting in and that you're not showing. The life that you want to live is on the other side of the discipline that you're not putting in and the work that you're not showing. You feel me? Which life do you want? You can't serve two masters.